Your brain is the greatest weapon that you have. So you're going to have to learn how to use your brain in thinking. Not someone thinking for you, you think for yourself. Thinking. You need planning in order for you to live a well-structured life. The day that you are sick and tired of your situation, that is the day you're going to make a change. Become your own hero. Only you can save yourself. Nobody else but you. The quicker for you to take accountability for your mistakes, the quicker for you to turn your life around. Only you can save yourself. Nobody else can do that for you. Only you. Lust makes you compromise yourself. So don't live in lust. Life is all about addition and subtraction. So depending on what you are adding and what you are subtracting. Don't leave your dreams in somebody else's hands. You have got to take action. Somebody else's opinion should not matter to you because you know who you are. Do you know how incredible you are? Look within yourself and find you. Your dreams should not die because of circumstances. So what? You've made mistakes. So what? Pick yourself right up and keep going. You might not have all the answers in the world, but you have a brain to think and have solutions. Life is all about what you do with the knowledge that you have to turn it into money. Don't allow anyone, I repeat, anyone to tell you who you are. You are a prize. Being single is not a disease. It gives you an opportunity to know about your boundaries. Boundaries are another thing to have so that you don't get disrespected. Not everyone deserves your time and your presence. So make sure you value that. It is time for you to start to gain your power back by saying more no than yes. If daddy didn't teach you how somebody should love you, then you should learn how to love yourself. If you can't be your own best friend, how do you expect someone to be that? Don't live in a fairy tale land because that will teach you about the reality of life. Somebody else is not here to complete you. Somebody is only there to acknowledge you. Before you start having children, can you heal yourself first before you start doing that? Marrying right than marrying rich will save you a lot of problems. A man's handsomeness should not be compared to the values he brings. A woman's beauty is not what she looks like, but it's just the character. Understanding money is one of the most important things that you should know. It is time for you to start living life on your terms. Okay? The quickest way for you to get over a heartbreak is you are making somebody else's more important than yourself. If you learn how to have multiple sources of income, then you don't live in fear. Learn to have options in life. It gives you a head start in everything that you do. Having a structure in your life gives you stability, whether it's your personal or work life. Don't allow your brokenness of life for you to become a doormat to others. Sometimes in life, you've got to act a fool so that you learn to be ahead of the fool. You've got to learn about numbers in order for you to play the money game. Numbers. Once you stop to give a damn about what people think about you, then you have mastered yourself. Dating requires knowledge, and knowledge requires wisdom. In order for you to balance your emotions, anytime you feel sad, you have to find something at the same time that makes you happy. Once your emotions are unbalanced, it will make you make a decision that will either destroy your life or so. Our emotions are there to teach us something. They are a gift of experiences. So don't invest. Once you live a life is going to disappoint you sometime in your life, then you'll never be disappointed. Having a backbone in life is a skill everybody should learn to have because it will help you. Once you are awakened to the world, then you will discover that you've been living on survival mode. Life is never too late for anybody. All you've got to do is discover what you are good at. Everybody have a different perspective of how they see the world once they have come to an awakening. Once you have an understanding of self, then you don't need anyone outside of yourself to tell you that. What is life without mistakes? Our mistakes are a gift to us if we listen and learn. Comparison is a thief of joy. This is why you gotta have to be happy where you are. Learning the skills of communication and effectively makes an impact on both. You should take the time to look at yourself in the mirror, and whatever you see in the mirror that reflects back at you, that's who you are. Whatever answers you're looking for is inside of you. Once you get into yourself, then you find your peace. Life is all about experiences. So make sure that you have a good ride. Life is all about choices. So whatever choices you pick, that will be your outcome. Don't use your feelings when it comes to making a decision because it will fail you. We live in a world of your own reality. So build or create your own reality for yourself. In order for you to manifest anything in your life, then you have to take action to bring that into reality. Emotional investment is a scam. The reason why emotional investment is a scam is because if you don't think for yourself and you think for other people before yourself, you have killed. The difference between emotional investment and logic, how to cut a toxic person out of your life. Emotional investment, this person is not good for my soul, but because I'm emotionally invested, I'm still going to keep them in my life. That is emotional. So how to build courage for yourself is whatever you are fearful of, you're going to have to face that fear. Because once you face that fear, now comes courage. That is how you build courage. How do you turn shame into courage? How to turn your shame into courage is facing whatever makes you shameful. Once you face what makes you shameful, then comes courage. How to play the money game. The money game is only based on emotions. So find what people need from you and tap into that money because it is based on emotion. How to kill yourself from the racism game. In order to do that, you're going to have to reverse psychology. And when people play the race game, you play the mind game. And that is how you win it. Boundaries are set to understand your time. And once you understand that, and you tap into what works for you, that is how a healthy boundaries is formed. How to create a peaceful mind works once you eliminate all the negativities, things in your life with people and things. That is how you create your peace. Children raised with emotions tend to end up being emotional children. But children raised with accountability, those children learn to respect whoever raised them. Heartbreak was based on emotional investments. Once you invest in something too much, you will lose yourself. So that is the curse of a heartbreak. Learning to say no without the guilt. So if something is going to make me inconvenient, that is a no. That is as simple as it is. Inconveniences is no. If you apply this one thing in your life, it's going to save you years of therapy. I put me first. I matter. How to deal with an ungrateful person. The only way to deal with an ungrateful person is for you to stop giving. That is as simple as it is. Just stop giving. That is how you deal with the situation. How to deal with someone that is a gossiper. All you gotta do is, sorry, I don't want to discuss this situation. That is how you deal with them. You just, I'm sorry, I don't want to discuss that with you. Full. How to know that you are seated at the wrong table. When nobody brings value on that table, then you know you are at the wrong table. No value, no value. This is how you spot a manipulator. When somebody uses sympathy to make you fall for their trick, that is a manipulator. Your brain is the greatest weapon that you have. So you're gonna have to learn how to use your brain in thinking. Not someone thinking for you, you think for yourself. Thinking. Sometimes in life, you have got to lie to protect yourself. Because if you don't lie in some situation, that might cost you your life. So lying appropriately. Learn to be like a police detective in your life, because that will save you. The world is not what you think. The world is based on knowledge. So the more knowledge you acquire, the more you... How to handle your past without shame, fear, or embarrassment. Simple. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. Yes, I hold myself accountable. That is the end of the story. A changed mind is a changed habit. So if somebody really want to make a change in their life, then they have to also change their habit. That is it. That is as simple as it is. This is how you know that you are operating only in your emotions. Once you say to yourself, I'm angry, I'll never forgive this person, that is you operating on your emotions alone. This is how you know that you are operating with wisdom. Once you have a planning for yourself for the next 5, 10, 15 years, you are operating on wisdom. Okay? That is how you know. How to stop yourself from going to a therapist all the time is for you to sit with yourself and challenge your own souls. Because once you deal with the emotional side of things, now you are on your... The quickest way for you to forgive your parents is through understanding. Because if you use your emotions alone, then you can't forgive them. But if you go into understanding, this is how you know that you are operating with foolishness. Every party you want to go to, you want to spend all your money. You don't care about the future. You care about just now. That is somebody operating on foolishness. It is so important for you to have knowledge, because once you have knowledge, it will save you time, money, and also meeting stupid people. So knowledge is important. When people say about reaping, you're gonna need, first of all, you need to plant something for it to grow. Once that thing grows, then it produces fruit. Now you can reap whatever you have planted. Common sense is not that common, because if common sense is that common, then people that do not do research believe whatever they see and whatever they hear. So there's a difference. Whatever you are looking for is all around you. If you want to get into the music industry, all you got to do is study the music industry. If you're going to go into selling, study sales. Study sales. Your life doesn't end because something happened to you. Your life only begins once you have accepted what has happened, and now you need to reconstruct your life. Your sufferings comes from emotional investments, because you are investing so much on your emotions. It is a weight on your soul. This is how you know that you are a doormat. When everybody calls you, the answer is yes. When everybody asks for something, your answer is yes. This is how you know that you are operating on the spirit of lust. When you don't have self-discipline and you cannot say no to that person, all you know is them. If you don't know how to communicate effectively with anybody, how can you have a relationship? It doesn't make sense. So you have to learn the skills of communication. Anyone that controls your mind controls you. That is as simple as it is. So anyone that tries to control your mind, then they have the power to control you. Once you learn the act of you don't give a damn, you have won the game of mastering. So once you don't give a damn about what people say about you than what you say about yourself, you've got to look at the world as a huge board game. Because if you are not emotionally invested in anything, now the world becomes your oyster. You are the creator of your life. So you gotta look at yourself and say, what can I create? Now you start to play the game of life. This is how people create misery for themselves. Misery comes from low vibration people. People that complain. People that is always ungrateful. Be the 1%. Because being the 1% of the population gives you a head start in whatever you are doing. So be the 1%. It is time for you to start telling people to move out of your way. Because this time next year, you want to see a difference in your life. So it is time for you to now start moving people out of your way. For all those people suffering from grief, if you can take the time and look at grief as a gift and not emotional imprisonment, you free. How to understand a hater. A hater is somebody that doesn't like themselves. In order for them to feel happy, then they need to destroy somebody outside of. Once you start to take accountability for yourself, that is when you know that maturity has kicked in. So accountability is a key factor. This is a message for single parents. Raise your children not with emotions alone, but also with accountability. How to navigate this world is for you to learn adaptability, because once you have that skills of adaptability, then nothing scares you. If you want to win the game with men, then you have to start thinking like them practically, because once you operate yourself emotionally invested in a man, you lose that game. If you want to start having fun in this world, you have to learn how to love your own company. Once you learn how to love your own company, the world can be as sweet as you want it to be. Your mind have been programmed in this world. Once you realize and you can see that we've been programmed, then you have to unprogram yourself and create your own programming. When you are too emotional, you deny yourself from understanding. And this is why it is important that you always go into understanding. Dating with clarity. All you need is somebody that has a job, someone that is a good communicator, and someone that is of good character. Those are the things that you need. Everything else, you can deal with it. The world is governed by emotions. So if you are using your emotions to navigate the world, you're going to fail each and every time. Okay. Our emotions are there for experiences. They are never meant for you to invest in them. The world programs you to invest in your emotions. This is how you get clarity in life, is once you build your facts on some certain things, you don't use your emotions on that. That means you have got your clarification.